what do the Harry Potter books and films and Insider Threat have in common? Each book in the series features a unique insider threat scenario where trust is exploited, critical assets are endangered, and protections are put to the test. In my view, J.K. Rowling is a master of human nature. And only recently, I started reading and dealing with insider threat topic a lot. I saw that each and every movie, each and every book is filled with insider threat scenarios.
So in this workshop, we'll step into the magical world of Hogwarts to explore how insider threat scenarios play out, how they could be prevented, and what lessons they offer for real-world organisations, particularly those protecting critical infrastructure.
So using language of protective security, we will reimagine Harry Potter as a critical asset.
I just joined it online. Can we just quickly forward it to you?
Can I please ask everyone on the call to mute yourself?
Mute your mics, please.
Thank you. So we will reimagine Harry Potter as a critical asset or a critical component, the way I would like to look at it, and a continuous threat from Lord Voldemort. Hogwarts, the protected environment, is safeguarded by a layer of magical defenses. You can think cybersecurity, you can think physical security, you can think personnel security. But as in the real world, those protections are frequently undermined from within by trusted insiders, negligent actors, or individuals who have been coerced or recruited.
So Hogwarts may be magical, but even magic is not immune to insider threat.
Moving on to the case study 2, Ginny Weasley. It's from Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. So book 2 offers an excellent case study of unintentional insider threat driven by emotional vulnerability and manipulation. With insider profile, Ginny Weasley, a first-year student at Hogwarts, arrives emotionally vulnerable, navigating social isolation, sibling pressure, second-hand robes and books, no friends, and overwhelming new environment. She is unknowingly manipulated by a hostile external actor, Tom Riddle, Voldemort, whose soul fragmented resides within a magical diary. Her desire for connection, friendship, validation makes her an ideal target for exploitation.
And so the scenario here is that Ginny discovers an enchanted diary that appears to offer empathy and understanding. Sounds like AI. She begins confiding in it daily, unaware that she is building psychological dependency. The diary gradually gains control over her actions. Under its influence, Ginny opens the Chamber of Secrets and unleashes a deadly basilisk snake, threatening the lives of fellow students and disrupting Hogwarts. Voldemort's ultimate aim is to cause chaos, eliminate Muggle-born, which can equate to ethnic nationalism in some of the scenarios we see today in the real world, and weaken Dumbledore's leadership. Ginny herself nearly dies in the process, demonstrating how unintentional insiders can cause profound harm without malicious intent.
About key insider threat themes. So Ginny doesn't intend harm, but becomes an access point for an external threat actor. Psychological manipulation and coercion, exploiting emotional vulnerability through false trust. Lack of security awareness, no baseline understanding of manipulation, suspicious artifacts, or emotional red flags. Unmonitored artifact access. The diary acts as a physical attack threat factor with no containment or oversight. Let's watch an extract, and then we'll pause and we will monitor the chat now before we move to behavioral indicators. And please put it in the chat. What do you think behavioral indicators with Ginny would be?
Tom Riddle, what do you mean she won't wake? She's not.
She's still alive, but only just.
Are you a ghost?
Her memory, preserved in a diary for 50 years.
She's cold as ice. Ginny, please don't be dead. Wake up. You've got to help me, Tom. There's a basilisk.
It won't come until it's called.
Give me my wand, Tom.
You won't be needing it.
Listen, we've got to go. We've got to save her.
I'm afraid I can't do that, Harry. You see, as poor Ginny grows weaker, I grow stronger. Yes, Harry. It was Ginny Weasley who opened the Chamber of Secrets.
No, she couldn't. She wouldn't.
It was Ginny who set the basilisk on the mudbloods and Filch's cat. Ginny who wrote the threatening messages on the walls.
Why?
Because I told her to. You'll find I can be very persuasive. Not that she knew what she was doing. She was, shall we say, in a kind of trance. Still, the power of the diary began to scare her, and she tried to dispose of it in the girls' bathroom. And then, who should find it but you?
Behavioral indicators. So withdrawing from friends and family, Ginny has become unusually quiet and isolated through books and movies. Jumpiness, anxiety when the diary is mentioned. There is a strong avoidance behavior. Memory lapses. She couldn't remember periods when she was controlled by the diary.
And we have unexplained disappearance from her dormitory, leaving her bed at night under the influence of Tom, not alcohol. Loss of appetite. The Weasley family comments on her not eating much. Mind you, with her brothers, there's probably not much to eat the way they ate. Heightened emotional volatility, crying easily, unnaturally distressed, and nightmares. And finally, guilt and fear. Terrified she is responsible for the attacks, but unable to articulate that.
So I think we have all seen new starters, interns, graduates who are joining and they're still lost. They're coming from a very different world, from a very different environment. And of course, that makes them more vulnerable. And that's important in terms of insider threat program to capture those elements. COVID brought another example when people started to be isolated and working from home, and those types of behaviors we have seen pretty often.
So let's look at protective measures, that is, if Hogwarts had an insider threat program. First of all, the induction-based awareness training for students and staff on social engineering, trust manipulation, and magical artifact security be something you'd like to see in your program. Psychological safety and well-being frameworks with protective support for vulnerable individuals, especially newcomers. Newcomers are very vulnerable. Positive security culture that promotes early reporting of strange behaviours, magical objects, or changes in peer conduct. Then we have artifact tracking and vetting protocols to secure dangerous magical items brought into Hogwarts, i.e. the equivalent to asset and information security. And then finally, perhaps behavioural observation and early intervention, empowering professors and prefects to escalate but concerning changes in student well-being. Pardon me.
So once, like with organizations, sometimes there are people partners who can have those types of conversations, or someone trusted where new starters, interns, graduates, people who are new to organization without much experience, they know where to go, they know with whom to have a chat if there are some concerns.